How do I begin this? How do I start this? How do I start this video? Hey everybody! So, ghosts. Do they exist? Maybe. Are they evil? Maybe. Can they see and communicate with us? Perhaps. Can we see and communicate with them? Possibly. There's a lot of things. I'm very interested in like the supernatural and ghosts and like spirits and demons and stuff. So, something I've noticed recently as I've started to watch more and more of these ghost hunter shows or ghost theory shows or just things about ghosts and spirits in general is, first of all, they're just trying to prove that ghosts exist. And there's always going to be people that believe in ghosts, and there's always going to be people that don't believe in ghosts. So I don't really see the point, because if I believe in ghosts, so moving forward, this entire video is just going to go forward with the fact that I believe in ghosts, and so everything I say as ghosts existing is going to be stated as fact, and you can do with that as you will. So, there's problems. There's problems. I've ranted about this to my friends. I've ranted about this to my coworkers. I've ranted about this to myself hundreds of times in like the shower and when I'm driving. There's problems with the way modern ghost hunters work. And it really is starting to bug me. Because, first off, the name, ghost hunters. Let's remember that ghosts are people that used to actually exist in our world. So you're just people hunting, which is questionable. Maybe look into the different names like paranormal investigator, which is nicer, which some people do use. Secondly, ghosts are people, which means if you go to the ghost's house in the middle of the night, guess what? The ghost's gonna throw stuff at you. It doesn't mean all ghosts are violent. Not all ghosts are violent. I have a theory that literally everything is a ghost. There are no haunted locations because guess what? The entire Earth is haunted. The Earth has existed for 4.5 billion years. Life has existed for 3.5 billion years. That's a lot of years. And there are instances of ghost cats and ghost dogs and probably other ghost animals I don't know about. Anything could be a ghost, okay? It's not just people. It could be woolly mammoth ghosts that just mind their own business and stay in Antarctica or whatever, okay? We don't know. We haven't explored the entire Earth. We don't know everything about it. Anyway, ghosts are just people living their best afterlife. I say this so much, and there's always that one guy that's like, did you just say living their best life? They're dead. And I say, no, I said afterlife. Listen to the words I'm saying before you correct me. On top of that, all of these ghost hunters are just going to haunted locations. The haunted locations are generally the places where ghosts are violent. Why would you go antagonize a regular serial killer? You wouldn't. So why do they go to these serial killer ghosts and antagonize them? Because they think the only evidence of ghosts is violence. And that's not true. You can't tell me that you've never lost something for 3 months, and then 3 months after you think it's completely gone, it just shows back up in your house, and you're like, oh, it was in plain sight the whole entire time. That's not how existence works. Obviously, there's things we don't understand about the world, which is fine, but I just think it'd be great if we all just stopped stereotyping ghosts as evil. Another thing, if you go to a place in the middle of the night and try to talk to anyone, they will not be happy about that. Even people that work nights won't be happy if you try to, say, hey, make this thing fly into the air. Who has that much energy in the middle of the night? If you want to get a ghost, especially a child ghost, don't try to talk to them at midnight. Talk to them at 12 a.m. Talk to them at lunchtime and be like, hey, brought you a juice box. Maybe you know what that is, maybe you don't. Maybe you're a woolly mammoth. Ever think about that? All the ones that we haven't seen the human form of, how do we know they're humans? If we don't hear the voice or see the form, how do we even know that this thing that keeps knocking over the trash can in the local taco time, which makes it haunted, isn't just a dog or a pterodactyl or a fish that's swimming around in the air thinking that Utah is still an ocean? We don't know any of that. Literally, if people would ghost hunt during the day, I guarantee, first of all, they would have a better sleep schedule, which is just nice. Second of all the ghosts with good sleep schedules would be like, hey guys, you finally started talking to us. Wow, how interesting. And another thing, if anyone that lives, you can ask people that live in tourist towns, like little beach towns or whatever, if they like it when people come and try to talk to them about just be jerks about everything, including their entire lives. They're going to be pretty irritable. But if you go, like, to your neighbor's house and say, hey, Pablo, heard you're a ghost, he'd be like, wow, man, someone's finally talking to me. You want to hear an awesome song I just made up? I'm very passionate about ghosts, and I think we should all just be friends. We should all just be friends with the ghosts. But are we friends with the ghosts? No! We keep the old prison that they died in as a prison, so in their afterlife, they have to stay in a prison. How great is that? And so I don't know if I've told this story before, but I have a haunted mattress. I don't have it anymore, but I did for like 5 years. It was the mattress that my grandfather actually passed away on, that we then inherited when he passed away. And ever since I got that haunted mattress, there's been some paranormal things. And I didn't freak out, and I didn't call Ghostbusters, and I didn't call BuzzFeed Unsolved. I was just like, hey, Grandpa, can you stop making static from my Bluetooth earphones in the middle of the night? Thank you. And guess what? It stopped. He only made static from my Bluetooth earbuds in the middle of the day when I didn't need to sleep. Like, it's not that hard to just have a good relationship with people. Like, ghosts are basically roommates of the entire earth. There's probably ghosts in this room right now. Someone has died everywhere. And ghosts don't stay in the exact same spot that they died in. They can move. So going to haunted locations does nothing. It does nothing. Because as long as the person's soul has any kind of attachment to any location, they're just like, oh, I'm just going to go over to McDonald's. Be right back. And then Ryan and Shane show up and they're like, hey, where's all the ghosts? And then there's no ghost because the ghost went to McDonald's. I don't know why I'm this passionate about it. I've probably been possessed by a ghost that was getting sick of people only paying attention to the famous ghosts. Like, sure, there's famous people that are paid more attention to, and there's famous ghosts that are paid more attention to. But why should we only pay attention to the evil ghosts? Because there's plenty of nice ghosts out there. Plenty of nice ghosts. Like, why don't we just chill in the graveyard with some ghouls, man? Why do all the ghosts have to be murder victims? They don't. All these murder victims are just getting bothered because those are the only people care about for some reason. I would like to go and just hang out with some ghosts that had completely normal lives, completely normal deaths, and completely normal afterlives. Because in reality, that is the majority of ghosts. Like, the majority of humans aren't serial killers or murder victims. So, and I know there's a bunch of superstitions that are like, oh, if they died traumatically, it's more likely that they'll come back as a ghost. Well, I'm just like, why doesn't everyone come back as a ghost? I want to come back as a ghost. I'll wear a fedora, and I'll be invisible except for the fedora, and I'll just walk around. Go to Starbucks, which I can't drink because I'm a ghost, but it'll be fine. I don't know where I'm going with this. I just really wanted to talk about ghosts. and I really care about ghosts, and ghosts are just so freaking cool. Ugh. Here's the thing. People who want proof of ghosts. You cannot prove that even we exist. We could all just be a simulation, or everything could be a hallucination and caused by the breathing in of oxygen, which is why when you stop breathing, you black out. You can't prove that anything exists outside of your own perception. So why does it matter if some people perceive ghosts? It doesn't. So shut up. Also, on top of that, even if things do exist, you don't say, hey, you know your neighbor, Tim? I don't think he actually exists. I need some hard proof of this guy's existence. And Tim's just over there like, gotta get some cereal for breakfast. Because that's what people do. And Tim's not a ghost. Tim is still alive. He might be immortal, no one knows, but he's still alive. Like, bro, there's probably Bigfoot ghosts. There's probably T-Rex ghosts just chilling in the mountains or walking around, just doing it. I mean, they aren't swinging their arms like this. They're like walking around. If any of you like see me and then in real life and I'm just kind of staring off into space, this is what I'm thinking about. I'm just thinking about ghosts and their existence as people and creatures, possibly plants, which would be neat, in this universe, which may or may not exist. And if it does, may or may not be an only universe or could be part of a multiverse. Nobody knows anything about eternal life or the origin of all matter or what's going to happen when we die. No one knows anything. Nobody. We don't even know what lives at the bottom of our own freaking oceans. There could probably be ghost fish in the oceans. You know how cool that is? Ghost fish. What the heck? Why are we so obsessed with saying that things don't exist when we don't even know about everything that actually exists? Holy crap, you guys. I solved it. The solution is it doesn't matter. And yeah, okay, I get that it's a fun thing to do. It's like fun to be like, oh hey, ghost that lives in my kitchen, does Jackson from Homeroom have a crush on me? First of all, how's the ghost supposed to know that? Second of all, yeah, it's a good time, and if the ghost is feeling tricky, it might be like, ah ha ha, I'm gonna screw up your life. And they'll say yes. It's fun. It's fun to debate people about whether or not things exist. It's fun to talk about ghosts, and it's fun to be scared in the middle of the night. And you know what? To be fair, if you're going to talk to a serial killer ghost, go ahead and talk to them in the middle of the night. They deserve it. Essentially, I don't know what this video is supposed to be. It's just me crazy rambling about ghosts and whether or not they exist and whether or not, okay, ghosts exist, ghosts are people. Wait a second. We should respect the ghosts because the ghosts are people too. I'm going to get that on a t-shirt. Ghosts are people too. Ghosts are people too. Ghosts are people too. I'm very energetic right now. I'm sorry. I ate breakfast and lunch today. I am zazzed. Okay? I want to meet as many ghosts as possible. And not all the cool, like, I'll meet some of the famous ghosts, sure. I'm just gonna meet Pablo from down the street. I'm gonna meet Isaac, who lives in the graveyard, because that's where his house actually used to be, bro. They just built a graveyard on top of it. Sick. You know, hopefully he was a goth. We don't know. He is now. Don't, like, psychoanalyze this video. This is just me talking. Don't try to understand anything about me from this, because I'm a mess, and you know what? This thing in my brain is the least of my worries. Hello, Popcorn. Hello. Popcorn is here. Oh, hello. Okay, sit on the bed. Yeah. to sum it up, ghosts exist. Ghosts are people. Respect the ghosts. Don't psychoanalyze me. Let people have fun. And remember to eat. Yeah. So that was the video. I don't know what you expected to get from me. You shouldn't expect anything from me, to be honest. I just turn on camera and say whatever I want to say, then upload it, and then you guys watch it for some reason. There's 27 of you now. Why do you watch this? Anyway, yeah. If you like this and you want to hear more about my conspiracy-induced ramblings, or you just want to see me meet some ghosts, which I might do someday, if I ever have money, like and subscribe below. If you have any ghost experiences or anything to add to this conversation that I guess I'm starting, hit me up in the comments because I love human interaction. And yeah, you can also subscribe by hitting a bubble somewhere, and you can see my last video somewhere on the screen as well, because I'm a wizard with technology powers. And yeah, that's everything for today. So, hasta la pasta. I'll see you next time.